This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, thank you for joining. And today we are going to discuss about very important topic, that is schema. Okay. First of all, what is schema? Okay. So a schema is nothing but it's an user, or we can say a data model. Okay. So what you will do here, let's see. Schemas, data warehouse. So when you see here, we have different types of schemas will be there. Okay. Data warehousing schemas, and you can see, sir, what the schemas contains. It contains tables and their relationships. You can see this data warehousing schemas, tables and how they are joining. So we usually call as data model. Okay. So schema is an user. For example, you are connecting like Scott and Tiger to the database. Same thing in companies also. We have company name or project name and password where it contains. This is called a logical diagram. Okay. This is called logical diagram. Okay. Not physical data model. It's a logical data model. Now logical data model is also called as a schema. Schema contains multiple objects and it contains tables and their relationship, and we can call it as it's a logical data model. Okay, that is fine. But like how these logical how these tables are logically interconnected depends on these schemas. In data warehousing, I am talking about different types of interconnection will be there. Okay, so there are three important schemas will be there. So there will be a direct question interview also. Types of schemas in database: star schema, Snowflake schema, and Galaxy schema. Three important things will be there: star schema, Galaxy schema, star schema, Snowflake schema, and Galaxy schema. Okay. And before going to understand this, and you need, if you want to clearly, if you want to mention, like in ETL process, they will ask one straight question: which schema you guys are using in your current project? Okay, which schema you guys are using current project? So there are project questions also will be there. Okay, so we have very important questions. So these questions we need to learn along with the technical training also. Okay, so I'll give you more about it. So before going to understand this, so you can tell that we are using star schema in my current project, any one of the schema, but tell only star schema for interview purpose. But I will explain like how to understand this, but I'm just giving you. Okay, so to understand more better, star schema, Snowflake schema, Galaxy schema, you need to understand the two important data warehousing tables. There are two important things will be there, which is a direct question in interview. What is the difference between dimension table and fact table? That is a question. Or what is dimension table and what is fact table? It's very powerful question. Okay. So dimension table and fact table. For next to 5 minutes, you understand like a business analyst. Okay. You understand like a business analyst. So I have some columns. The column number ID, name, okay, then salary, then rank, phone number, pin code, location, and mail ID. Okay, so I have some data. Okay, first of all, you need to understand what is fact and what is dimension. Fact and dimension, dim we can say, dimension. So what is fact column? What is dimension column? Now, apart from these all columns, now if any column is giving some business meaning and any column which is going to impact for business understanding, then that column we can call it as a fact column. Okay, so here we can see, and fact is also called as KPI, and dimension we can call it as NKPI. So what do you mean by KPI and NKPI? Means key performance indicator, and dimension column is nothing but non-key performance indicator. Sir, to understand more better what is KPI? Yeah, KPI is going to give some meaning, some business impact. That column we can call it as a KPI column. So other name is fact column. Okay. Now if I ask you, ID is there. Now can we say um, which is the best ID number? Is a meaningful or not meaningful? Type in the chat box. Come on everybody. Which have meaning or not? Which is the best Aadhaar card number? No. Which is the best employee ID? ID best is there. Any meaning? No meaning at all. So when you say no meaning, that we can call it as a NKPI. Okay. Now same thing. Now when you understand name, who is the best name? What is the best name? No. That is also NKPI. Because there is no meaning at all. If it is meaning as okay, but if when there is no meaning and there is no business impact, NKPI. Now who is getting the top salary? Which employee is getting the highest salary? Have meaning or not? Have meaning or not? Definitely we have meaning. So that we can call it as this is KPI. Who got the top rank? Yes, we have some meaning. And which is the best phone number? There is no meaning at all. Fancy is okay, but fancy doesn't impact here. And pin code, which is the best pin code? That is also in KPI. Top location, which is the best location? Location, okay, but meaning business wise, there is no meaning at all. That is in KPI. And the mail ID is also in KPI. No changes for business impact here. So this is how we need to understand. Now which column is there? Salary and rank will be the KPI columns. Then remaining all things will be as NKPI. All are dimensions. All are dimensions. Yes. The business analyst people will classify this. Okay. Now KPI is also known as fact table. So fact, and you can say KPI and facts. Now group of all table, a group of all facts. Okay. Group of all fact columns. We can call it as a fact table. Okay. Group of all columns, we can call it as a fact table. Now we have NKPI, that is non-fact. Non-fact is also called as dimension. Non-fact is also called as dim. Some people will use dim also, dimension. Now group of all dimensions, we can call it as a dimension table. Okay. Now you understand, in fact table all group of fact columns or all KPIs will be there, which is having some meaning. So we can create a table with all KPIs. Dimension table, a group of all dimension table which contains non-fact information or description of information which contains non-key performance indicators. That is called dimension table. Hope you are clear about fact and dimension table in this process. Come on, everybody. Okay, then go ahead with the process. Now, dimension table which contains all primary keys. Dimension table is a master table. Dimension table is the master table which contains primary key, which is a parent table. And fact table contains foreign keys. Very blind symbol also. Fact and F foreign. That's it. So fact table contains foreign keys, which is a child table. Now my question is, in which keys, sorry, what type of keys will be there in dimension table? What type of keys will be there in foreign, like in say fact table? Or else reverse. In primary keys will be available in dimension and fact table. Foreign keys available in dimension and fact table. So you can just, whatever they can ask the question in different way, you can tell the people like dimension table and fact table. Dimension table is a primary key parent table. Fact table is a foreign key, it's a child table. Now, if I want to load the first, which table can I load? Very, very project related question. Everybody knows what is the difference between dimension and fact table, but no one knows. Those who can prepare, they can understand more better. If I want to load first, which table can I load? Dimension table or fact table? Tell me guys. Which table can I load? Dimension table or fact table? Everybody. Dimension table. Why dimension table? First parent table. First father, then son and daughter. Okay, first son and daughter, then father. It's not correct, right? That's why if I want to load the first, which table can I load? Or else they will ask in ETL process in the data warehousing, and first while loading the data from source to target, first what type of tables will load in the process? You can tell that first will load only dimension tables. Once all the dimensions are filled, then we can move with the fact table. Okay. So now coming to star schema, Snowflake schema, and Galaxy schema. So let's see. Where is this? One second. Okay. So star schema, first one. Now what do you mean by star schema? So we have connection with this also. Now star schema is representation look like a star which contains one fact table is surrounded with multiple dimension tables. That's why we can call it as a star schema. Okay. Listen carefully. Star schema is the simplest form of schema which contains one fact table is surrounded with multiple dimension tables. Now you can see here link also there for payment. It's missed actually. You can just understand. So product table, payment table, order table, customer table, inventory, address, location. Very few tables will be involved in star schema. Very simple and few tables will be involved in star schema. Now product, payment, order, customer, inventory, address and location. So if there is very powerful interview question again, project interview question. What is the difference between dimension and fact table? Okay. But what are the dimension tables in your current project? Tell me about dimension tables. That's a question. Tell me about fact table name. Then that's why your interview will be rejected. You know the answers, but you can't prepare for the depth of the subject. Many people thought that you will get like what is the difference between dimension and fact table. Even if you are fresher also, they will ask same question. Then what is the difference between you are experienced person and then how you need to interact with them? So you can tell that star schema is the simplest form of schema and which contains one fact table is surrounded with multiple dimension tables. It's look like a star. We can call it as a star schema. So we use only less amount of tables in star schema to avoid the performance issues by avoiding the more joins. That's it. Now every dimension table will have primary key, that is product ID, payment ID, order ID, customer ID, inventory ID, address ID, location ID and all. So which contains all IDs here. That is okay. Tell me how many primary keys for one table? How many primary keys for one table? All of you. Yes, only one primary key for one table. Okay. So now while processing the data, first all the dimension will load. One second. First all the dimension will load. Got my point? First dimension 1, dimension 2, dimension 3, dimension 4, dimension 5, dimension 6, and dimension 7. Once all the dimensions are loaded, then only fact table will load. That is what star schema meant for. Okay. Now we have Snowflake schema. What do you mean by Snowflake schema here? So Snowflake schema is also like extension of star schema. Snowflake is also extension of star schema. But the thing is, it is the dimension tables can be split into multiple sub-dimensions. Which table contains huge amount of data, that table splits into multiple tables. Okay. Fact table will be only one, but dimension tables will be there. But if product table, payment table, address, customer, inventory, order, if the data is huge in order table, then it is going to split into sub dimensions. That is look like a snowflake. That's why we are going to use Snowflake schema here. So interconnected sub dimensions actually here. Okay. So now I have order table like 2021, 2020, 2019. Now I need to connect with this customer ID with directly 2019. Now I don't touch with order 1 2021, order 2021, order 1 2022. Only order 2 table and customer table I will join and get it. Because the thing is, it is going to give you the past performance. Because more joins itself, it's a performance issue. That's why to avoid something better, we are going to use Snowflake schema. So Snowflake schema is a simplest form of schema, which is extension of star schema, which contains one fact table surrounded with multiple dimension tables, and also splitted into the dimension tables are splitted into multiple sub dimensions because the performance should be improved. That's why we are going to use it. Okay, that is what Snowflake schema, but still one fact table only. So we have Galaxy schema. What do you mean by Galaxy schema? Galaxy schema is also called as hybrid schema or fact constellation schema. Okay, Galaxy schema is also called as hybrid schema or fact constellation schema. Okay, so when you say here Galaxy schema, Galaxy schema is the combination of star schema and Snowflake schema. Galaxy schema is a combination of star schema and Snowflake schema, and it is included more number of fact tables are involved with more number of fact tables are connected with more number of dimension tables. So here in Galaxy schema or hybrid schema or fact constellation schema, how many fact tables will be there? More than one. How many dimension table? More than one. But whenever we are using like multiple, for example, if you take this is a banking sector, let's say banking Galaxy schema, fact table 1, F1 means it's a customer related thing. F2, it's a loan department. F3, it is a locker department. So in each and every domain will have some subtables also there for every table. So here more fact tables are involved with more number of dimension tables. Okay. Now what do you mean by conformed dimension here? You can see here conformed dimension. You listen, most important interview question actually. One fact table dimension is connected to another fact table dimension is called conformed dimension. Understand more better. One fact table is connected, or one fact table dimension is connected to another fact table dimension. That is called galaxy schema. Sorry, conformed dimension. For example, you see F1 table is there. There is a dim6, that is order table, and here F2 fact table is there, and then there is a D9 dim table is there. It's connecting from dim to dim from different fact tables. So you can tell that dimension to dimension are dimensions to dimensions are interconnected from different fact tables is also called as conformed dimension, or else one fact table dimension is connected to another fact table dimension is called conformed dimension. But don't tell that within one schema nowhere in dimension tables are interconnected. That is, those are independent tables. Those are independent tables. So that is what we need to understand about galaxy schema. Galaxy schema is combination of star schema and Snowflake schema, or combination of multiple star schemas, or combination of multiple Snowflake schemas. But it contains more number of fact tables are involved with more number of dimension tables. That is where we need to understand galaxy schema. But even I have not used in my career galaxy schema, but just understanding that. So I have used like Snowflake and star. So you can, as you are a fresher or experienced person, now you are entering into the different technology, so you can't explain properly. That's why you can tell that you tell only star schema. Now if my question is, which is performance wise better, either star schema or Snowflake schema? Because wherever more number of tables, wherever less number of tables will be there, those schemas will be performance wise highly important. Now star schema will have only few tables. Snowflake schema will have many number of tables. So which schema is going to get it as a analyst person here, performance wise, which schema is better, star schema or Snowflake schema? So you can tell that that is a star schema, because less number. See, the question they will ask, what is the difference between star schema and Snowflake schema? But you tell that, and they will ask one more question. Can you please explain which is performance wise better? You can tell that you are telling that star schema, but they will ask how. You can tell that. So more number of tables are involved in Snowflake schema. That's why while fetching the data, multiple joins will be involved. We cannot get it back as expected time. But when it comes to star schema, directly involved in that, no relationship with the tables. So we are going to get directly from the star schema, because less number of tables will be involved. That's why we can say star schema is more better than the Snowflake schema. Hope you are clear about schemas, all of you. Clear about this? Okay. So now in these schemas, in these tables, maximum 5 questions will be there in interview directly. Okay. So how can you say that directly? I already told you, right? I have done so many interviews, and also I was in interview panel, so I have evidence also, like who got selected. So there is no question of here thinking another plan. Directly you can. Okay. So So metadata, ETL loads. What is fact table? So fact table is KPI table, key performance indicator table, where it contains all facts. Okay. And dimension table where it is non-facts information, where we can store text information in dimension table which doesn't have any business impact, and that's why we are going to understand about dimension table. But in fact table it's only numeric data. Okay. Numeric data will be there. Here text data will be there. 95% this. What are the keys in fact table? That is the foreign keys. What are the keys in dimension table? Those are primary keys. What table will load the first, either fact table or dim table? First, we will load the data into dim tables based on understanding the data model, because the thing is fact table will load after the dimension tables completion. So which means first dimension tables will load, then we will go with the fact table. What is metadata? Metadata is data about data. Now, what are the checks that you will do in staging layer? So I will explain that, like when you see the demo also, like duplicate checks, null checks. Okay, these are the things we need to understand. What is your schema? What is your schema in your ETL project? You can tell that star schema. Which schema you guys are using in your current project? You tell that schema. That schema will be star schema. What are the schemas in ETL? This is also direct question. Like in my ETL, and there are three important schemas will be there, and star schema, Snowflake schema, and Galaxy schema. What is KPI? Key performance indicator. It's also called as facts. What is NKPI? Non-key performance indicator, which is having, so non-key performance indicator is having a meaningful or text information, or we can call it as dimension table. So fact and dimension table is already there. Keys, okay, fine. Okay. What are the schemas in ETL? What is the difference between star schema and Snowflake schema? That is what we need to understand. Okay. What are the types of dimension? There is one more interview question. Conformed dimension, Jenku dimension, degenerated dimension, slowly changing dimensions. I will explain just later, don't worry. Okay, these are the dimensions. What are the types of facts? This is also so powerful question. Additive facts, semi-additive facts, non-additive facts, and factless fact table. And also out of these two are very important. So here, what are the types of facts? Additive fact, semi-additive fact, non-additive fact, and factless fact table. I will explain later. Conformed dimension, Jenku dimension, G-generated dimension, and slowly changing dimensions. These are the types of dimensions. Types of tables, you can say dimension and fact table. And types of dimensions, you can say this. Types of facts, you can see. So what are the validation? Can we load the data first in the fact table? No. We should use only like parent table, that is dimension table. So what is a factless fact table? Which a fact table which doesn't have any facts, which has only meaning like ID and all. So factless fact table only, but it won't be have any meaning at all. Factless fact table, which have only meaningful IDs, that is called factless fact table. Now, how many fact tables in star schema? Only one fact table. What are the types of schemas? What is a surrogate key? Surrogate key is a auto sequence number in the OLAP. Surrogate key is a auto sequence number in the OLAP. Then why you use star schema, and what is the schema model you are using presently, and what is Snowflake schema model, and then how many fact tables in Snowflake schema? Only one. Why we use Snowflake? And what is the difference between star schema and Snowflake schema? Which schema is better in performance, either star schema or Snowflake schema? Okay. What is Galaxy schema or hybrid schema? Both are same. Why we use Galaxy schema? If it is a complicated business project, if it is huge, if it is a huge project, that's why then we can go for Galaxy schema with multiple subparts. Okay. Now, what is conformed dimension? What is fact constellation? This is also important. F1 and F3, like here F2 and F3 have fact tables are connected, not like dim tables of other fact table. Directly fact table to fact table connection, we can call it as fact constellation schema. Okay. So now, what is data model? Data model is nothing but it contains tables and logical relationships. What will you observe in the data model? Okay, we observe like table names, columns, and their relationships. Okay. Name any few dimension tables in your current project. Powerful question. Dim product, dim order, dim customer location, inventory, and address, country, and trains. Transactions, you can say. Name of the fact table and tell me why we are using fact participation table. Fact participation table is the fact table name. And dim table names are dim product, order, customer location. Okay, these are the questions. So I am passing here all the questions. So total 44 or 45 questions. Just read it and understand it, okay? Clear everybody about star schemas and fact tables. And tomorrow we have powerful concept that is slowly changing dimension. So this is a heart for ETL. If you understand SCD better, then you are going to work on your project without any confusion. Okay? So we are going to discuss about tomorrow class slowly changing dimension, SCD types. Okay? Slowly changing dimension concept, powerful concept. Even if we explain all the questions like SQL, ETL, testing, whatever, but if you don't understand slowly changing dimension, you don't understand the process of any models, any technology. That's why slowly changing dimension is so powerful concept. So today, whatever I have passed the question, minimum 10 to 12 questions guarantee you prepare it and understand it. More than also. So tomorrow class we'll discuss about slowly changing dimensions. Okay guys, so thank you very much. We'll connect tomorrow.